All right, we're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, I had to start off with my black girl voice. I mean, my white girl voice. I'm tripping. Let me make sure my audio is right, cause y'all not listen. Let me make sure my audio is right. Also, let me play a little bit of my audio to make sure it's not echoing.
Cocky, infuriating.
Okay, there we go. Also, let me play a little bit of my audio to make sure it's not echoing.
Cocky, infuriating.
I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I think y'all be able to hear it. I think y'all be able to enjoy it, and we're gonna jump right into it. I'm just about to get this thing popping. So without further ado, let me put myself over there. Matter of fact, I want to be over here. Yeah, there we go. Get me out the way, and let's see what he gotta say.
Asshole. You know. So let me just throw out some disclaimers and stuff.
Also, wait, hold on. We're gonna change this right now because we're not gonna have that. You ain't gotta be crispy clear. We ain't finna have that. That buffering. Alright, let's see. So we got disclaimer. He said,
We start getting people into the channel, understand something clear. I am not MGTOW. I'm just a man. However, I say I love women. I love women. I love beautiful women. I love, yeah, yeah. We're going to talk about women tonight. We're going to talk about my experiences with women.
I'm hearing music in his background. What's up, man? I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna switch him on over here. I don't know if they can pick up that music.
What experiences that I know have made me successful with women, and some of the misconceptions I had about women that got me twisted up. And when I got rid of them, I start just, man, I'm not going to edit that much. I'm not going to cuss a lot, but I start getting laid like left and right. So let's start off with the, stuff that I was taught as a young boy. I was raised in a single parent household. My mom had two sisters. They didn't have any kids. So I had three women around me all the time. My grandfather, he was a truck driver, so he was around sometime. Near my uncle, he was the man in my life. So my grandfather was a deacon in the church. My uncle was a Mac. A Mac is a dude that has lots of women, but he's not a pimp. He don't got any women on the stroll. Both got game. My father was a straight up. Papa was a Rolling Stone. 13 of us I think. So I used him as the blueprint of everything not to be in a dude. My mom never talked bad about him, but needless to say, I didn't have the best opinion of the dude. Handsome dude. Me and my father look probably look more alike than any of his other kids. That's probably one of the reasons we have such issues we have. We're probably so much alike. So anyway, that being said, I was raised by a bunch of women. I was raised Baptist. So I was pretty much raised to be a simp. I was a cute little boy. I was a spoiled kid. Even though we was broke, I was spoiled for broke. Um, so as I started to grow up, I the only time I interacted with boys was in high school. I mean, at school, and that was only during in class time. I had my cousins and stuff around. So this is not probably unlike a lot of you guys. And I'm gonna answer some questions later. But if you really want to get your questions answered, throw them up on Super Chat. All right. So when you grow up with all those women around you, you get raised with feminine ideals. And this is the time in the 70s when you're hearing all this, I am woman, hear me roar, and I am strong, I will survive, and all this other kind of stuff. In the 70s, women taught their sons, be nice to women, respectful, all that other kind of stuff. And then they turn around and taught their daughters, go out and, get your education, get your degree, take care of yourself, don't rely on no men. So you end up with a whole generation of, soft men and hard women. So I get to around, my first crush, that's another story for another time. But the first time I really liked the chick, I'm gonna just call her, I'm gonna just call her, I'm gonna just call her Car. I like this chick. And like most simps, when I liked the chick, I did the simp stuff. I immediately start paying a lot of attention to her, telling her all the stuff I like, falling after, running behind her, young boy stuff. I was in like the sixth, seventh grade. Long and short of it, every chick that I ever liked, I automatically start simping for. Now, here's the thing. I have girls that liked me, but I could, man up for them because I wasn't interested. But as soon as my feelings started getting involved, it was almost like I became a woman. So let me fast forward. What happened with Car? Car ended up, she was my girlfriend, check the box, and you'd be like, yes and no. We're like in eighth grade by this time. You know, and like most simps, she got tired of me like that. So she broke up, broke my little heart, shattered me, destroyed me. No men around, didn't know what to do. No one really talked to. Somebody talked about this stuff in the 80s. So luckily, testosterone kicked in. And then this chick I was calling left and right. This is back when you call people and you get a busy signal. The stuff we used to have to do on the phone, you get the busy signal call back. There was no caller ID, man, it was crazy. So anyway, after my testosterone kicked in, I got pissed off at this chick. And I was like, I got to a point where I got over her. Well, I ran into her the next year in 10th grade. 10th grade. Ran into her in 10th grade. She remembered the simp version of me. I grew 9 inches over the summer. So I went from being 5 feet tall, roughly in 8th grade, to 5'9" in 3 months.
He grew 9 inches over the summer. Y'all know where my mind wanted to go for a second.
9 inches over the summer. Incredible. So all of a sudden I'm Big Willie. So all of a sudden, these that chick that I used to like, who I simped out for, all of a sudden she was throwing herself at me. But I didn't care no more. So she called me and I wouldn't answer the phone, or I'd talk to her and I just blow her off. I learned something right here. This is almost like a laboratory experiment because I'm a strategic minded person, technical minded person. I start putting this stuff through scientific process. If nice got me bad behavior, bad seemed to get me good behavior. So I started being more bad. Here's what I learned. The worse I treated women, the more they liked me. Now let me make the caveat. It was called worse. What it really was is I was treating women like a man treats a woman. That's what I was doing. I wasn't being a simp. I was standing up. I was saying what I wanted, was not making any qualifying statements, not beating around the bush. If it was my way or the highway, you lucky to be around me. This is what I want out of the world. Next thing you know, she became everything I ever wanted her to be in a girlfriend after I started being a jerk to her, a cocky, intelligent, and arrogant. That's what I was told. It was cocky, intelligent, arrogant. So I got these battling things going on inside me. So here's what ends up happening. We go on a band trip. I smash. I still don't want to deal with her. I mean, I smash her, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, I put this chick up on the pedestal, right? And she didn't want to have nothing to do with me. When I start treating her bad, like I was told was bad, put a caveat there. All of a sudden, she wanted to get with me. I smashed it. And then, but here's what happened. After I smashed, guess what? She smashed the dude I was rooming with. So I saw right there, full force, female nature. I'm like, I put you up on a pedestal, treated you like a queen and a goddess or whatever, whatever. Here's how you treated me. I treat you like badly. You falling all over me, telling
Mm, 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 mm. We got an ad coming on. Mm, 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 mm. We gon' skip that ad. We gon' skip that ad. I don't want no copyright. This is fair use. All right, come on now. Let me skip. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. All right, let's go. Come on, baby. Let's go.
you falling all over me, telling me everything I want. Let's smash. Then you let this dude smash. Right then I learned women, what I was taught was wrong. What I was taught was wrong. Women do not want nice guys. What we've been taught is nice. Women want strong, secure, assertive men who know what they want. We have been told all our lives that this stuff is bad, and it's not. And you see even our young boys in school on Ritalin and all these other kind of drugs to really tamp down male behavior. I'm not going to go too far off into that, but I would just say this. I recorded a video today that I'm still wondering if I need to put it out on YouTube because talking about men stuff can get you in a lot of trouble, but we ain't worried about that now. I'm talking to the guys who learn how to get. First thing you need to do is understand not most, everything you've ever been taught is wrong. Women like jerks, what they're called jerks. Donald Trump is our president. You can like him or dislike him, whatever you, but a significant portion of the country voted for him, and a lot of women. Women like that kind of behavior. It is hard for a lot of, if you were born after 1970, that is hard to accept because we were raised in a generation of equal rights. But you got to learn it. But at least for me and a lot of other guys, we got a chance to do some infield experiments on this stuff. So when I went to high school, when I went to college, I just let it all hang out. I had a girlfriend in high school who I turned around and simped for. So I was either simping or pimping. It was either one or the other. I went to college and man, I was the biggest hoe on campus. They used to call me Hoven, Hoven. Why? Because he had all the hoes. Chicks that I would smash, and I was a dog. I mean, I was a player. I would tell her, look here, I'm not into no relationship. I ain't looking for no girlfriend. I just want to have some fun. If you ready to do that, cool. If not, you need to go ahead and bounce. Here's what ended up happening. They'd want to come over to my room for tutoring. So I tutor them. I tutored the hell out of them. Then what would happen? They would go back and tell their friends, he put it down. Guess what? Their friends would want to come by too. Yes, women. Women like sex. They like it more than we do. That's a video for another day. But a lot of the stuff men have been told was wrong. Nice guys finish last. I've been a nice guy. Every time I was a nice guy, I finished beyond last. I never even finished. When I was just a guy who just said, forget it, I'ma just be this, I'ma just be a jerk, a cocky, intelligent, arrogant, or when I was a CIA, the most success I've ever had with women, and that has been consistent from teenage to now. Right now, so I've had people ask me, where are your women at? Where are your women at? I got more than I can shake a stick at, but can't none of them hold me because I am busy doing this and I'm busy with my business. They love that. So how do you do it? First off, you got to understand something. You got to undo your programming. You got to undo your programming, guys, because we've been programmed to think, oh, hold the door open for women, be chivalrous. Women don't want all that. Number two, you can't take advice from married people. Married people are living a completely different life. That don't mean that they're bad. They're living a completely different life. Single people and married people have different motivations and different everything else. A married man is going to tell you different things because he has a wife. Women are the same. Women are the same. If you don't think, and if here's the thing, a lot of this stuff, even listening to it, some guys are thinking, man, that sounds harsh or rude or sexist. That's what we've been programmed. That's what we've been taught. We've been told that a man, being assertive, saying, approaching a woman, being straight up direct is a callous, arrogant thing to do. Well, guess what? I got more women that way than trying to be their friend, anything else. When I would just walk up to a chick and say, look, I'm trying to go home with you tonight. What's up? After they get over the initial shock that somebody said that to them, you know what ended up happening? I went home with him that night. Put it down on her like she never had to put down on it before. Guess what? I didn't take her number. I gave her mine. Because I ain't going to call you and chase you. All this stuff is probably counter to your programming. They called you. They want you. Guys, we have to sit back and learn to reassert our manhood. And this is not a bad thing. This is actually a good thing. Let me just get to the personal aspects of this. When guys are acting like men, my grades were better. I was performing better at work. My relationships are better. Testosterone was up because even your sense of manhood is fulfilled. When we are the nice guys, simpish acting, weak beta males, no man feels good being that way. That's why I say you can't listen to married men, because a lot of married men are been beta male. They don't want to hear it. But if you live by the term happy wife, happy life, like I did, I was a beta male in a marriage because that's what I was told and taught to be. And guess what? I ended up getting divorced because
Wait a minute. We was just about to get into some tea. We was about to get into some tea with the whole divorce situation. Everybody been wanting to talk about. Let's skip. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
we got a 75% of divorces are filed by women. We've already went down the stats. Women don't want these things. So what I will do is I'm going to open it up for a few questions. Bottom line is this, guys. Women want guys who are confident. Women want guys who are self-assured. Women want guys borderline arrogant. I'm saying borderline, but they really do. They want arrogance. They want you to be cocky. They would rather you come up and say, I'm trying to get them draws. And you worry about, I'm not going to say that. A woman slapped me in the face. When was the last time you ever seen a woman slap somebody in the face? She ain't going to slap you in the face. She probably going to start getting moist. That's the point.
What?
One time when I was in college, I let a bunch of sorority girls use my condo. And they had a sleepover.
I thought he was about to say a bunch of sorority girls use my condom. I was gonna say, no, you got more kids out here than you think.
40 sorority girls from 3 different schools came over and used my condo. I was upstairs in my bedroom for a night. They had it for the entire. I heard those women talking about men, and it was the first time since I was with my mom and her sisters, and I heard women talking about men. They women are far dirtier than we ever want to. We want to imagine them as these sweet, pure, innocent little creatures. Women are dirty, nasty, filthy. They like it raw. They was talking about sizes, shapes, colors, textures, taste. They get popcorn. This movie 50 Shades of Grey. Why is it so popular? A woman wants a man to take control and dominate. Yes. It was a complete twist for me. The first time a pretty girl approached me, I ran away. The prettiest girl transferred to our school. All the dudes trying to get her. I'm an attractive guy. She wanted me. I was younger, a year younger. I didn't know what to do around a pretty girl. She came and sat by me. I was so intimidated. I saw the other guys mad. I ran away. That was before the whole simp story. But guess what? As I really learned how to be a guy and what women wanted and how to be and how to stand on my own and do what I needed to do, even at that young age, life became so much better. Here's what ends up happening. When a guy goes like that and self-actualizes, society does what it's going to do to basically get you back to say, oh, don't do that. Go back to being the nice guy. Because nice guys, they can control. Nice guys, we can go ahead and get you to get married and have a white picket fence and producing all the resources and all the other kind of stuff. And that's a whole thing for another time. So I get guys all the time asking me how to be more self-assured. A lot of the questions come down to guys really not being sure of themselves. A lot of men just aren't sure of themselves because most of us have had the male ego beat out of us or educated out of us or tamped down to where we question ourselves and doubt ourselves to where if you like a woman or a young lady, you're made to feel intimidated or for some reason unsure. Like, I'm going to a dance. What should I do? Or what should I say? How do I get them to like me? The odds are in your favor, even as a young guy. A woman is at her peak of hotness when she's in her teens. A woman peaks at 25. So they got from 14 to 25. And from 14 to 25, we're at the inverse. So it's an inversely proportional relationship. Pew, pew. But when I started walking around thinking and believing that I was the man, that you were lucky that I'm spending time with you, you lucky that I chose you to even talk to, I have more women than I knew what to do with. Now, now here's the thing. Some guys may think that's not anything to strive for. It's not so much as something to strive for, it's something that as a guy you need to know about yourself. Because I've said it before, manhood is under general assault. It's under general assault. And men acting like men doing men's things is really frowned upon. So if you're a young guy, if you're a young guy, if you're not married, if you're a young guy in your teens, if you're in your early 20s, especially if you've never been married, understand something. You are the prize. You are the prize, especially right now. If you're in a relationship, and unless you can 100% say you are the man in that relationship.
I just want to take a moment to interject.
And I hope you guys like my new method where I'm not constantly interrupting. I'm going to let the person speak and then I'll come back and give my commentary. So, yeah, hope y'all like that.
And your girlfriend, wife, significant other, whatever, is really supporting you, it's hard to feel completely like a man should feel. The issue is most guys have never felt that. So we don't even understand it. So, when you hear guys saying some of the things I say, just right now, some guys is gonna scratch like a raw nerve, like, oh, that's chauvinist, that's old school, that sounds like a caveman. Let me tell you something. There's a reason there's so many pickup artists and all these other kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to teach you any pickup artist tricks. You notice I haven't used one technique or anything like that. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying simply this. Women like cocky, assertive. Women like men who are confident, intelligent, assertive, know what they want, not afraid to go get it. Tell a woman what you want up front. If you working at McDonald's, just tell her you ain't got to lie. Tell her you working. But ain't no man. See, we've been taught that women want men. In order to get a woman, you got to have all this stuff. That ain't how it works. That's how they want us to work it, because that keeps us buying stuff. Women want men. Women like sex. Are you any good in bed? Most guys aren't. If you've never studied, if you've never heard of the book Kama Sutra, you need to get it. You need to read it. If you've never studied female anatomy, you need to go study. If you don't know where the clitoris is, if you don't know what a G spot is, if you don't know how to make a woman reach to the point of orgasm, you need to learn. Men need to learn about sex because women learn about it. And knowing how to pleasure a woman is part of being a man. I think it's a significant part of being a man. But we don't talk about this kind of stuff because it can seem, outside of this little space right here, it can seem, and think about it right now. If there were women around here, if I was out of Starbucks, how many people would be looking at me like I'm crossways, like, what is he talking about? Ooh, that's disgusting. Young man, understand, it is not disgusting. Women enjoy sex. Women want sex. Well, a woman wants sex with you, especially sexually liberated and having a choice. So you better learn how to do it. Take precautions, protect yourself. Don't go out and make a bunch of babies. But you will do far better with women if you just approach them and tell them what you want. And then let her decide whether or not she wants you. Now, here's the thing. If that woman don't want to be bothered with you, fine. You may not be her type. Everybody has a preference. But that's the point. You may not be her type. Let her go. But sooner or later, you're going to get to somebody who's like, okay, I'm cool. I'm down with that. Is that a bad thing? No, it's just a thing. Let me go ahead and see what kind of questions we got. Huh. Don't be nice to these. Yeah. You see, you can't be nice. Well, here's the thing. You can be nice, but you want to be nice. Nice guys finish last. You want to be nice. Why? Anybody that says, I'm going to be nice or be friends or whatever, I'm going to ask you why. Why do you have to be nice to get with a woman? If your ultimate goal is are you trying to get with that woman to have sex? Are you trying to get with that woman to make your girlfriend or your wife? This is bull crap that women want to marry their best friend. Women want to marry a man that they're sexually attracted to. Women, see, and here's the thing, women can want men for different reasons. She may want to be with you because you're her best friend, but she gonna have somebody on the side that can make her orgasm. You better be the man that learns how to do that. And that is hard for a lot of guys to hear because we have never been told to assert ourselves. More, we've been told anything else to not assert ourselves. You know, sex is not a physical act. It's a mental act at first. I mean, since we're talking about it, do you know how to talk dirty to a woman? Do you know how to? Sex for a woman happens in her mind. If you want to really, if you see a woman and you want to go talk to her or get with that woman, you cannot go approach that woman like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry is approaching her, like with every other simp story. Hey, how you doing? My name is this. Hey, how you doing? My name is this. Can I buy you a drink? Can I do this? Can I do that? Want, 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 want. Then a guy like me walks up and says, "You standing in my spot." What? This is only for the fly people. Why are you here? What'd you just say? You heard me move. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, you're on my spot. Who you think's gonna leave with who? Now, both ways are ways to talk to women. Hi, how you doing? My name is Tom. What, you come here often? Are you here with your friends? Such and so forth. They're being interrogated. She ain't interested in you. If a woman wants, the only way to get a woman to be, if you want to hook up with a woman or get with a woman, she has to be sexually attracted to you first. That is the God's honest truth. So I'm going to start making more videos about this kind of stuff for guys. You know, YouTube is doing some crazy things, banning content. And there's just some stuff that men need to be told. And damn it, no one told me. And I had to learn on my own. And I'm going to tell you, women love this stuff. Can't get enough of it. Let me give you a story. Oh, dang, somebody just busted up on Super Chat. Those stylists, like, hold on. Let me just see. I got a couple of Super Chat. Have you ever got a number because of the clothes or the fragrance you're wearing? Stylist life? Yes, yes, yes. It has been, yes. The short answer is yes. I use everything to my advantage. I come in looking fly, smelling good because I know I'm walking in there like, I'm confident. I'm confident because I know what I have to offer. I walk in feeling like the man, so I act accordingly. Yeah, a woman wants a man looking good and smelling good, and then if you walk up and approach the right way, you darn sure gonna get that number. But here's the thing: I told you I don't get that number. I give them mine, and I tell them when to call me.
Okay.
And if they don't call me when they should, and they decide to call me when they get to it, I'll pick up the phone and say, "You were supposed to call me at 2. You need to call me back," and hang up. If they don't call back, I don't want to deal with them. But guess what happened? They call back. Not only is she gonna call back, she gonna call back anticipating because she's gonna be like, "Oh, this joker just put me in my place. I got me a real one right there." Twisted. I know it's not what we were taught, but that's the truth. I had a fraternity brother in college. He's passed on now. He was from Compton. He and I were 180-degree opposite, you know, in personality and everything else. I mean, honestly, we almost could have killed each other if we weren't in a frat together. One semester we had a room together in a condo. Now imagine rooming with somebody you don't like. I mean, on a personal level, he always thought that pretty mother, and I always thought this old ghetto, you know, because that's what he tried to do. Compton was the big thing. But here's the thing: he used to get plenty of action, and I used to get plenty of action. We used to have to sit down at the table and say, "All right, man, here are the chicks I'm messing with. Here are the chicks you messing with. We got to overlay our schedules to make sure our chicks don't run into each other's chicks, because you messing with this chick, I'm messing with this chick, yeah, but she's friends with this chick. So if my chick is here, she may see this girl and go back and tell this girl, so to mess up your action." So we scheduling our women, right? Okay. So we scheduling our women. That means you got to come on the schedule. So I got one girl leaving. She drove all the way from 30 miles in from another school to Norman in ice and snow to get some of this. But she got to go when she got to go. She knows I'm kicking it with another chick, and I let them all know I'm on the schedule. You got to go. One girl was leaving, coming down the stairs in the condo. The other girl.
Wait a minute. This a juicy dirt alert. And I all right. I don't even know what happened, but let's finish up that audio. Let's finish up that audio. Let me get see, cause I was trying to share this thing so we can really get into it. But it's not wanting me to do that. That's when you know it's about to get good. So I apologize. I don't know what the freak was going on. But I'm back. My computer became unresponsive. So like I said, I needed to do CPR on my CPU. But we back waiting for this ad to get through playing so we can get the rest of this juicy dirt alert for this story. I don't care nothing about no lotion, no Eucerin.
Coming down.
Hold on.
She knows I'm kicking it with another chick, And I let them all know I'm on the schedule. You got to go. One girl was leaving, coming down the stairs in the condo. The other girl was coming in. She was running late.
Hold on. We're going to start that. We're going to start this over. Hold on. We're going to start that part over where he literally was laying the law down. He was laying the motherfucking law. What the freak? He was laying the law down. Alright, cool. I got it. Make sure y'all share this video because we about to show y'all how even before the year average at best, Kevin Samuels was out here telling women what was gonna happen. Alright, he said he got it. He had it like that in college. Alright, let me post this link real fast. Bada bing, bada mother freaking boom. The freak it's late. Can we just do what we gotta do? Alright, cool. Can you post? Alright, make sure everybody hit the like button if you haven't already. And we gonna run this back. I gotta get this link out. And I am not talking about Eckerd sausage or Jimmy Dean. Alright, cool. Let's go back to Kevin.
Played it out cool. Now here's the thing.
Look what he said. Let me break it up.
And personality and everything else. I mean, honestly, we almost could have killed each other if we weren't in a frat together. One semester we had the room together in a condo. Now imagine rooming with somebody you don't like. I mean, on a personal level. He always thought that pretty mother, and I always thought this old ghetto, because that's what he tried to do. Compton was the big thing. But here's the thing. He used to get plenty of action, and I used to get plenty of action. We used to have this.
And shout out to Shayna. I'ma go look at what you said you told me to look at. She be sending me some her and Charlize be sending me them links.
Sit down at the table and say, all right, man, here are the chicks I'm messing with. Here are the chicks you messing with. We got to overlay our schedules to make sure our chicks don't run into each other's chicks. Because if you messing with this chick, I'm messing with this chick, yeah, but she's friends with this chick. So if my chick is here, she may see this girl and go back and tell this girl, so they messed up your action. So we scheduling our women, right? Okay. So we scheduling our women. That means you got to come on the schedule. So I got one girl leaving. She drove all the way from 30 miles in from another school to Norman in ice and snow to get some of this. But she got to go when she got to go. She knows I'm kicking it with another chick, and I let them all know I'm on the schedule. You got to go. One girl was leaving, coming down the stairs in the condo. The other girl was coming in. She was running late. I played it out cool. Now, here's the thing. Part of me was like, oh, what's about to happen? You know what that chick said? Hey, girl. Hey, what's up? They almost gave each other high fives. Like, yeah, I know why I'm here, too. One had a bag under her arm. Like, she was leaving. She got hers. And another girl was coming up. I was like, did that shit just happen? I'm like, oh, snap. And that's when I realized, wait a minute. You know why that worked? Because I made that other chick come 4 times. She got hers. She was happy. And they knew what was up. They were like, shit, if that's the rules I got to play by in order to get that, that's what I'm going to do. I'm walking down. Then I see this other chick walking to school down campus corner one day. And she says something trying to be funny. She called me Hoven. Hey, Hoven. I was like, what's up, Ho? Oh, man, she got the biggest smile on her face and blushing and batting her eyes. I'm in the bathroom. She followed me in the bathroom, and we hooked up right then. What in the world? This is not what I was taught, but this is what I learned. And that was the time I was the most successful in my entire interaction with women. Not because of the sex, because after the sex, they acted like women. When we're in this equality position and everyone's equal and all this other kind of stuff, you're battling for control in your own house. I don't do that. I start off immediately up front, asserting myself. That's why I said no beta males allowed. No betas in this. And a lot of times people can get it twisted because they're like, oh, you a pretty fashion dude smelling good. I'm like, don't get it twisted. Just like I got 3 black belts. I ain't got to fight you to prove I can take care of myself. But when I'll decide to open my mouth and say something to you, I'm going to get that mind if I'm interested. But you got to show me why I need to even waste my time. That is my actual attitude. And it is uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable because that is not the way we have been raised and taught to be. My father and I really just started having a relationship in the last 3 or 4 years. I learned he had this attitude and mentality. My uncle, the Mac, he been married for a long time, but he always had his women on the side. The more I talk to older guys and men older than me, I realized that this is how men have always acted. But this was not socially acceptable. So it was almost like I learned some knowledge that I was never supposed to learn. But it's like when I started, let me start over. When I did everything that I was supposed to do, nothing turned out right. When I did the things I wasn't supposed to do, stuff turned out right in relationships. And it worked smooth, and relationships went well, and women acted like women. Life was good. And I was like, well, wait a minute. But if I do that, I'm going to be a bad dude. So I got to go back to being over here because that was my original programming. Well, guess what? I got relationships that didn't act right. So you go back and forth because you were raised a simp, but then you learn how to be this way. It's simping and pimping. Eventually, you got to make a decision to say what you're going to be. And ultimately, it comes down to this. Women like assertive, cocky, intelligent men. That is simply it. End of sentence. So if that is hard for some of us to understand, I know it is. It takes 7 seconds for a woman to know if she wants to sleep with you. It less than 7 seconds. Honestly, it takes 7 seconds to form confirmation bias. Here's the thing, guys. I got 37 people watching. I know a lot of this stuff.
Come on, man. Y'all gotta get that man his props. He used to have over 20,000 people watching him at the peak of his fame. And yet, 4 years ago, he only had 37 people watching. That's what I'm saying. You never know who gon' blow.
I know a lot of this stuff is crazy, but the guys in there who've gone through this journey and have had this stuff happen, they'll back me up on it in the comment section. It's not popular, but it is what it is. If you want to be in a successful relationship with a woman, you have to take the dominant position, point blank in a sentence, and you can never relinquish it. You have to stay on top. Period. That does not mean you have to oppress her or whatever. You just got to know she's a woman, you're a man, you dominant, she's feminine. That's the way it has to be. And the thing is this, they love it. I run into chicks that I knew from back then, they still want some of this. They still married with kids. One is a federal court judge, and I still remember back in those days. I'm like, what? You married for 20 years.
Dang.
I'm like, wow. I tend to attract ugly.
She's trying to give you some of that Supreme Court coochie.
I mean, it's pretty sad because people tell me I'm not bad looking. You attract ugly women, I don't know what you mean. You attract ugly women.
He said you attract ugly women.
Okay. You got to approach, Nikki. Ugly women, fat women, they've always had to do the approaching because they got less options. Women with higher sexual marketplace value, they ain't gonna roll up on you. You got to go up to them. So that's probably your problem. If you're not bad looking, you unless you're approaching women confidently, you're banking on the fact that you look cute enough, smell good enough, and you want her to step to you. No, you got to step to her. That's why you see a lot of pretty women with average looking dudes, because most dudes don't approach pretty women because they're intimidated or scared. What I'm telling y'all is you don't have to be intimidated or scared of no woman. A woman wants you. They will let you know when they want you. Pretty women just like them. Pretty women more so. Because pretty women get approached by everybody. You guys already think you hear all the stuff all the time, so you approach her with the truth. She don't take you. You approach a pretty woman like this. Like I said, you know, or you go to the club. You said my place. What? You said my place. What? You heard me? No, I'm just kidding. I said my place. This is my place. This is my spot. Right. You're my joint. That's not going to remind you. She's already engaged in the middle of a war. That's enticing to them. What is she? She's so pretty cool. You're so fine. You're so gorgeous. Oh, we're like, make your bed. What? Make your bed. That's what she wanted. Here's girl. Whatever. I'll take you back and blow you back up. Will you buy your and treat you like a king? Shut up. What's the story? No, no. Specific things. Go. I would raise the simple. I learned different tactics. I went back to Simp because it's hard to, unplug from the matrix. I'm confused. I was there and I remember returning. I would have one way to thing from. I got to Houston and I got trying to this dude is ugly. It's all he looked like shot already. It's all this dude just beat up. He was cool. He had game. Had to show you that this dude everywhere he went and it was up. It was like a burner Rio.
What?
That's a cat beach party. When I'm sitting there trying to do the good that roll, the stuff don't work. I all back to the simple tactics. I'm sitting there and I just she walks by. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She's looking like I had crap. Don't be like, look at this. Look at that. I'm pulling. It's not pulling that. They look like, no, right. You do it. I see.
Mhm.
Like, oh, she got punch you in your jaw.
No. Y'all gotta figure out so these it's how you talk about sex and booty. And then always commercial come on. That ain't Workplace, please, if you want to do your job. No, you don't need to put your hands in nothing. Listen, no, fellas, no. This whole Me Too movement. Mm. I'm telling you, like my judge used to tell me, and what was it? Third grade, fourth grade, keep your hands feet, and all objects to yourself. You don't you slide the booties and then hope it she don't like it. But that book got that bad advice. If we community are here, it's not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. R. Kelly is somewhere getting the thumbs up and sharing as we speak. Mm, mm, mm. I know this to be true because I remember one time I was on the phone. This is what TMI. I don't care. I was on the phone with this girl and I was whispering sweet nothings happened to a bisexual woman. And she was, I was like, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, such a so softly. And I was like, nah. She said, nah, you don't have to be the pussy. I'm like, be the pussy. What? And that's when we started. They too. Trust a lot of shit, or is that your vagina? Because I'm looking at the audio. When you don't play with me, and I can't believe Kevin said that if you get with women, like he said, they know what she wants, so she loud. He said she will